Hey, spooksters, and welcome to Snacks and Screams, a show for curious thrill and chill seekers who want to shake up movie nights. I'm your host, Diandra Laser, and it's time to fly into episode 3 and exterminate snacks. Here on Snacks and Screams, I review scary movies as well as unique and unusual snacks. After the review, I rate the movie and snacks out of 5 flaming pumpkins, which is a real rating system, with 5 being the best and 1 being the least best. Well, spooksters, it's time. We finally get to visit the golden age of doing coke, listening to Phil Collins, and slashing teens for financial gain. Today's film is something that people have bugged me to watch. There's been a lot of buzz about it from time to time. And speaking of time, it just keeps flying by me and I still haven't watched the movie. Of course, I'm talking about the 1989 film The Fly 2, starring Eric Stoltz and Princess Vespa.
Nobody knows.
JK, it's actually David Cronenberg's 1986 film The Fly, starring Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis. Whoop whoop! The expired produce over at Rotten Tomatoes gives The Fly a 93%. Bro, they have such good taste in films despite very likely tasting terrible. When scientist Seth Brundle, Jeff Goldblum, completes his teleportation device, he decides to test its abilities on himself. Unbeknownst to him, a housefly slips into the teleportation pod during the process. This leads to a merger of man and insect, also known by its technical term, mansect. Brundle's new girlfriend and journalist, Veronica, played by Gina Davis, is horrified as the person she once loved deteriorates into a monster. So many people talk about how all modern movies are just remakes, but remakes are nothing new. In fact, the 1986 version of The Fly is just a retelling of the 1958 film starring Vincent Price.
Please.
All right, show me where.
Here, Uncle Francois.
Wait in the house.
See? Remakes aren't new, and to be totally TBH with you guys, sometimes they're a good thing. In the capable hands of director David Cronenberg, this film was transformed from something laughable into a truly terrifying experience. Cronenberg was a fantastic choice for The Fly. As a multi-talented director, screenwriter, and actor, he's known for being the king of body horror. Wanna see? Body horror, or biological horror, is a subgenre that intentionally showcases grotesque or psychologically disturbing violations of the human body. This includes visceral body transformation, infection, and the intertwining of the psychological with the physical. In a nutshell, everything David Cronenberg. Are you hearing this?
Nope.
While his films don't pair well with dinner, I do have the perfect snacks to enjoy while talking about goop, guts, and gross outs. You're welcome. On our journey to discover this episode's snacks, we decided to go flippin' weird, dude. We decided to take it literally, dude. I'm eating bugs, dude. I present to you sweet and savory crickets, dark chocolate covered in chili lime Jiminy crickets. These snacks are by Don Baguito and handmade in San Francisco. What a job. According to the description on the packaging, which sounds like it was written by a classically trained bird in a fedora, the dark chocolate crickets are toasted, covered in fair trade dark chocolate, and mixed with puffed amaranth. Alexa, what's amaranth?
Amaranthus is a cosmopolitan genus of annual or short-lived perennial plants collectively known as amaranths. Some amaranth species are cultivated as leaf vegetables, pseudocereals, and ornamental plants.
Oh, of course! According to the chili lime packaging, these crickets are fully toasted, deliciously tangy, and have a kick of spice that will start a healthy farm fiesta in your mouth with loads of protein. Which sounds like it was written by a horny teenage bird in a fedora. And hey, health nuts! These snacks are gluten-free, soy-free, non-GMO, and paleo-friendly. So basically just crickets.
Wow.
You might be thinking, eating bugs, gross, but it's popular all around the globe. Eating insects is a practice that dates back thousands of years. It's more common in certain parts of the world, such as Africa and Asia, but it's becoming more accepted in other places too. Plus, crickets are rich in protein and a good source of vitamins, minerals, and fiber. The movie opens with a colorful, blurry image that looks kind of like a kaleidoscope, but it also reminds you of what a fly sees. Like a fly kaleidoscope. A kaleidoscope. We're brought into the story immediately with one of the most clever movie openings I've ever seen. We meet Jeff Goldblum and Geena Davis at a party, and it's apparent from the context of their conversation, they've been talking for some time. He entices her back to his lab for a cappuccino, which seems suspicious, but hell, Jeff Goldblum could entice me back to his lab for less. Especially in this movie. He's shiski. It's unique to see the dude hypersexualized for once, especially in the 80s. But Cronenberg knows what he's doing. By showcasing Goldblum's character as a perfect specimen, the body horror is even more impactful as he becomes a disfigured monster.
Hey, what's up?
I really wish you'd buzz off.
Wanna be friends?
We are meant to relate to Geena Davis, whomst is blown away by Goldblum's sexiness and teleportation machines. Can I just say how awesome Geena Davis is? I miss her. And I miss the big hair of the 80s. People could just let their curly-haired freak flag fly. My hair is begging to be free of gloss, clip-ins, and order. Long live Fred! Oh! Would you look at that? It's just after 3, time for an after-school snack. Hi, my name is Joyce, and I'm a full-time homemaker as well as a part-time substitute teacher. But today I'm doing a review for the boob tubes.
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah, it's a video website. It was founded in like 2005.
2005? What year is it?
It's 2022.
Oh no, honey, that can't be true. I checked my Garfield calendar just this morning. Have you seen Garfield? He's a cat who likes Italian food.
Please just look into the camera and let's do the review.
Oh, honey, no need for a camera. I brought my own from home.
Let's just start the review, okay?
What am I reviewing, honey?
Crickets.
Crickets. All right, well, I guess Surly Director Guy wants me to do crickets, so I guess I'm gonna do crickets. Here we go. I got it. It don't look like a cricket. Gross. Do I really have to eat this? I don't know. Let's go. Tastes like a coffee bean, and I know it's a cricket. Well, that's gross. That's like sandy poop. Oh. Anywho, okay, now back to that spooky Diandra and her review of The Fly. Oh, that brings back memories. I remember when Jim took me to see that in the movie theater. Oh, those were my wild days. My vest smelled like popcorn for weeks. After Geena threatens to reveal his secret, Goldblum uses smooth talk and boob squeeze hand gestures to finally entice her on a cheeseburger date. TBH, my ideal date. Following the date I wish I was on, he convinces her to write a book on his exploits and takes her back to his lab to continue the experiments. Up to this point, Goldblum has only teleported objects, but this time he wants to test his machine on a living thing. He decides to send a baboon. Unfortunately, it never had a chance. It arrives inside out and we finally get some amazing 80s special effects guts. Typical Cronenberg. Then they have sexy time. Typical Cronenberg. The pair combine body and mind and finally crack.
Say crack again.
Crack. How they can successfully teleport a baboon. However, after Geena leaves, Goldblum decides to begin experimenting on himself. But of course, he has a stowaway. A fly. He comes out feeling like $1,000,000 and quickly develops superhuman strength. This new ability is on full display as he performs impressive gymnastics in his conveniently designed apartment. Meanwhile, Geena Davis is just sitting back taking in the whole show, and I'm like, girl, same. But the superpowers don't last long. As the fly DNA takes over, he transforms from Dr. Seth Brundle into something horrifying. From minor skin splotches and losing his fingernails to becoming a lumpy golem and then finally evolving into a full flyman, or as he calls it, the Brundlefly.
Who's that Pokemon? It's Brundlefly!
Usually in horror, there's just a lot of blood. Not here. Here there's a ridiculous amount of goop and guts. It's gross, but proves practical effects are irreplaceable and a truly underappreciated art form. Nearly as frequent as the goop is the iconic nightclub atmosphere. Man, that takes me back.
Sharp's not down the stairs. He's a tunnel. Ask me a question.
So what do you do?
I'm into, murders and executions mostly.
Do you like it?
Well, it depends. Why?
Well, most guys I know who work in donuts and maple bars really do.
Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it. Oh my God.
So, where do you work out?
Oh, I go to curbside. Okay, well now that we've relived more of my wild days, it's time for more crickets. Hopefully these don't taste like poo. Oh, there they are. Oh, well, that's a choice. Well, that flavor. Oh, that really gets you. Okay, well, enough of that. Now that you know about the time that I did coke, I gotta go. Jim's taking me for a fondue. Goldblum isn't the only one undergoing changes, as we soon learn that Geena Davis is with larva. She becomes deathly concerned that her child is going to be a fly creature, and she contemplates exterminating baby Brundlefly. I guess birthing an 8-pound, 6-ounce bundle of Brundle wasn't on her future family mood board.
You don't turn your back on family.
The Fly was truly ahead of its time. It has a strong female lead, tackles abortion, and breaks the mold by having the dude get oogled for once. I feel so empowered by shirtless Jeff Goldblum. That's feminism, folks.
Fly with me. Birds to fly. You know what? Come fly.
Time for one of my favorite parts of each episode. You know, besides snacks. The ratings! Ready, Flaming Pumpkins? The Fly oozes 80s goodness. The special effects absolutely shine, plus Goldblum and Geena are a powerhouse duo. It's a very forward-thinking, female-empowered movie, which I didn't expect. Cronenberg proves why he's such an incredible storyteller.
How do you go about pronouncing it? Like the B is silent, so ignore the B. The Americans would say it as subtle.
Subtle. I guess you could say the B in subtle is subtle. Subtly weaving in themes of gaining power and perfecting the human body into a simple tale of a man turning himself into a fly. Not being huge on body horror, I probably won't watch this again, but it has definitely earned my rating. The Fly receives 4.5 flaming pumpkins out of a possible 5 flaming pumpkins, which is a real rating system. And now for the snacks. The chocolate crickets, they're kind of terrible. You know when you roll up mud and it dries out? That's what I imagine these taste like. Do not recommend. 1 flaming pumpkin out of a possible 5 flaming pumpkins, which is a real rating system. The chili lime crickets, on the other hand, I really like these. They're crunchy and flavorful, kind of like spicier Cheez-Its. To be totally TBH with you guys. If you can get past looking at the crickets looking at you, 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 you'll probably enjoy these. I give them 4 flaming pumpkins out of a possible 5 flaming pumpkins, which is a real rating system. You know, Brundlefly, aka Jeff Goldblum, has an interesting way of eating in this movie. I wonder if there's something to it.
My God.
One flaming pumpkin. Thank you for checking out our latest review. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. Or don't, and you can buzz off. Tune in next time as I conquer another fear, try another tasty treat, and harass you with more of my sweet, sweet, spooky ticklers.